Hey guys, Darren here. Why do I have such a bad lag? Hmm, be able to do this. Um, this is problematic. I tell you what. Hey guys, I see two of you are on here. Tell me what you are seeing. Are you seeing me stutter? Like three of you are on here. And this bad dream, the connection I'm having. Can you guys see this? Four people are on here. A little lag. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Hey, Nico, what you up to, man? Okay, maybe it is just some sort of latent lag in the multiverse. Hell, I don't know. Thank you. Um, I had it all set up. I had us sitting waiting. Hey, Sergeant Rocco, how are you doing? Hope you had a fantastic Easter. I sent you a message earlier today, also on I can't remember what it was. Um, but I had everything set up, and minutes before, and the clock was ticking down, and all of a sudden the computer did something crazy, and it just jacked everything up. So, guys, I apologize. Oh, good job. Yeah, no rush, man. See, this looks like a fever dream. How about that? Yeah, or Jim Morrison video, The Doors. How about that? Kind of like it. Riders on the Storm. There you go. Anyway, I was hoping you guys are doing okay. Um, get a haircut, you. It can't get much shorter, dude. It could get a little bit darker. But yes, sir, I understand. Yeah. Um, Riders on the Storm. Anyway, I was just checking in with you guys to see how everything is going on with you since I am traveling out of town. Actually, the lag is, I guess, correcting itself. Perhaps you can hear my neighbors upstairs clog dancing. They're a wonderful family, like 9 or 10 people upstairs in the hotel above me who are, stretching the boundaries of their clothing and teaching their children to clog dance. It is incredible. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Hope everything's going okay. Yes, I had that dang thing set up. That was actually me wearing an aluminum foil hat. Um, I thought it was kind of fun. I did that a few years ago for some crazy reason. Um, Initially, I had it all set up and I had everything nice and pretty. And I was going to ask you guys, have you ever seen the BBC series Wartime Farm? Because it has a lot of relevance uh, for what we are experiencing and seeing nowadays. Clog dancing. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Holler at me tonight or tomorrow. Absolutely. Happy to talk to you, buddy. And and it is a BBC series of what Great Britain went through during World War II. Restrictions imposed, travel bans imposed, uh, um, food shortages, what they did, black marketing, and everything. And it was a very, very informative series, and it's 11 or 12 videos. And I really liked it. I watched it about a year ago to get a grasp of what is going on. Yeah, thank you, Christy. I appreciate it. Dang it. Hang on. Hey, Casey. I don't feel bad. I'm late too. I didn't get here. I said it was 7 o'clock, and for some reason, the interwebs were not accommodating to me, and I did not get on here till quarter after. Thank you, interwebs. It's just fantastic how I, I love these guys. Hey, Christy, since you're on here all the time, I made you a moderator, and so you can hit people with rubber hose and well through the internet and do whatever you need to moderate. There we go. Okay, yeah. I mean, since you're on here all the time, thank you very much, and it's actually a big help to me. And the moderators, just so you guys who don't know or might not know, the moderators are highlighted in blue with a little wrench icon. I'm just learning about this stuff because my buddy, um, well, I won't say his name, but he has been the one showing me how to do it. Hey, Warren, what you up to? Hope you're doing all right, dude. Wherever it is in the world that you are, I kind of know where you are, so I'm being vague on purpose. And I would ask you guys in your locations, without just saying I live at 1418 Maple Street. Um, how have you noticed everything's going up? Hey, BC, I'm actually 15 minutes late. So beg your pardon, guys. But the lag is improving as we talk. No worries, Christy. It's okay. Because I don't know how to do links from. Yeah, yeah, Sergeant Rocco. There you go. I don't know how to do links from my computer, so it's okay. We're all learning as we go. But I was curious to see how everything is going as far as um, environment conditions, how everything is going, um, what is available, and everything. Just just mention like whatever state here in Central Alabama. I'm actually in Tennessee right now, but in Central Alabama. Um, Certain canned goods and meats are either extremely high or not there at all. And don't talk about lumber because sweet Jesus, guys, I'm going to tell you. Yes, sir, Sergeant Rocco, absolutely. I went to Lowe's and bought a 4x4x6 treated southern pine, 4 inches by 4 inches by 6 feet long, and it was $15. Chicken is almost out of my financial reach. I'm going to have to start my wildcat roundup. I've always said cat tastes just like chicken. It does. Fortunately, BC, you can. Yes, sir. Nico, are you in Central Alabama too? Have we had this talk before? I think we have. Damn it, man. Christy, I'm sorry about that. Do you feel like you want to elaborate and commiserate? Yes, sir, Warren. Beef is stupid high. 20-pound bag of Korean rice that was 14. That's dang. That is high. Oh, come on, Amy. It's the other white meat. Everybody's eating dog once or twice. Have y'all gone to Chinese restaurants? Gas down compared to what I'm reading, KC. Grocery prices through the roof. Mostly things look stock, but only certain areas in the store. Empty or bare. Absolutely. I agree completely. Tripled here in the north coast of Ohio. Absolutely, guys. If you are able to and you have the room and are willing to put up with it, you know, having chickens in the yard is not a bad idea if you are able to. Chicken is double. Okay. Chicken is a lot higher here too, guys. Nico. Are you kidding me, Nico? We're like damn family then. Yes. Tell Chris I said hello, and I hope he's doing okay with that new rooster he's got. Was 99, now it's 249. Dadgummit. Yeah, that is getting kind of pricey, guys. Ducks, chickens, slow cats. I bet that fox is fat and delicious. 10 chicken at Wally World has stayed the same for the past month or so. Pick a 4-pack every two. Absolutely, we buy the same thing. The what is it? The Great Value in the white and green plastic. Absolutely, we buy the same thing. The wrap, four tins wrapped up like this. Absolutely, we do the exact same thing, and it keeps forever. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Went from 2 retirement checks to 1 in the expense of trying to move to my land, cars, repairs, etc. Life. I understand, Christy. It is eventful. It can be a problem paying the expenses from one to do the other, to do the other, to do the other. So yeah, I understand. The only advice I can give is be flexible, be creative. Because probably you're going to be better off at your land. So whatever you do, that might be what you need to look at. Possums can be mean. I'm reading DC. Tried to get sent out the fox herd. Shoot one, and 10 show up at his funeral. There you go. There you go. Let me know, BC, what you thought about my suggestion earlier on your video today, and then just let me know. And that will work out. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, and there's a whole lot of stuff we can't talk about now because the powers that be says we can't. Well, all right. I have always. I'm reading Sergeant Rocco. Hang on. Shop Asian and ethnic markets a lot. So going to mainstream stores and seeing. Yeah, absolutely. I am so glad for you, BC. Congratulations. I hope that guy loves it. And if that works out for you, I am tickled. Hey, Dupsy, what you up to? Hope you's doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. I'm doing good. I'm above ground. Small camper, tiny house insulated. Good job, Christy. Um, I did build a tiny house. If you have, and I know, while I am no expert on it, it was, like 16 by, well, heck, y'all have to watch the videos of it when I put it together. Um, I enjoyed it. Amen, Sergeant Rocco. Um, so insulate the heck out of it as well as you can. Um, I did. That's pretty good. What kind of figs are they? Um, I did not know this, but figs are not native to the United States. They are Asian, I want to say. Um, but yeah, I hope those do good. Two, two's good. Three's better, but by God, that's good, and you can eat them forever. We have been doing a lot of work out in our orchard. Chicago Hardy. Okay, that's good. So that is a more cold tolerant. I want to say. I think um, down here in Alabama is really all I know, and I know a few names of them. Hey Doc, what are you doing? It's about time we were about to come to your house, D. I don't know what you've been waiting on. Now, all joking aside, I'm glad you're here, buddy. But yeah, that's good stuff, Amy. Um, I try to do a lot of stuff, a variety. Thank you, Doc. Um, the hooch doesn't like figs. I like them. The grandkids don't like figs, but my thought is it is a fruit and it grows and you can store it. Because I catch all kinds of hell because I planted three of the, and I always get the name wrong. Victory apples. These are they're an heirloom apple. They're not pretty, they're not shiny or anything like that, but they keep a very long time. You can overwinter these, and that's I'm going to do videos on this kind of stuff. Uh, we had peaches, apricots, pears, and tons of grapevines. Northeast Ohio. I'll be dang. But never got a fig tree. Okay, and but you need to grow what people like. So we have peaches, blackberries. I absolutely agree completely, Amy. I have eaten stuff that most people would not eat because when I was hungry and when I was little, it was either get a whipping or you can eat it again in the morning if you don't eat it tonight. And that's just the way it was. One day at a time. Hey, Bobby, what are you doing? I hope you're doing okay, man. I hope we didn't wake you up. I know we was talking loud. Um, absolutely. That's why I like the purslane and everything that I've done videos and mentioned it. Purslane's good. Man, it is freaking awesome. Um, I'll do a video of how to make the stuff, and it does great. But yeah, I mean blackberries, grapes, plums, apples. I think we have two or three different kinds of apples. Uh, oh yeah, absolutely, Sergeant Rocco. Yeah, I tip my hat to her. Uh, absolutely. Yes, Christy. You may not like it, you may not want it, but you could sell it. You can trade it to your neighbor. We Our chickens do 3 or 4 dozen eggs a day. I can't eat all those. I sell them and trade them, and and for stuff I want. And y'all might laugh or think, you know, I will sell and trade them for crypto for whatever percentage. Um, be careful, buddy. Have a good evening. One day at a time. He uh, he works nights. So, oh yeah, Sergeant Rocco. Yeah, we do a lot of eggs, and so I have a buyer that buys every egg that I want to sell them, and I give them to neighbors because that's goodwill also. Um, but you can absolutely. I've done them for silver dimes, pre-64 stuff. I, get creative when you want to do it, and you build rapport, you build a base, and you can. It's amazing what you can do with people you know. Granny raised here. You ever ate it for dinner or but that's what you absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Casey, I was um it's amazing. My grandmother was Cherokee and high cheekbones, uh tall forehead, long nose, called it Roman nose back then. And she took me aside and showed me and taught me and whipped me and showed me so many things. I remember as a kid when it was time to do all the canning. They were doing water bath canning on tomatoes. I think it was. For some reason, I remember tomatoes. Maybe I smelled them, and uh, and I would sit there and spin that little weight around on top of it, and it you spin it and you spin it and then you get a spanking because you were spinning it and they toss you out. But it's amazing they do all this stuff about permaculture and everything in your zone ones and your zone twos. And I love permaculture. I don't talk about it. And yeah, my grandmother was from Georgia, and here in Alabama, it's mostly Creek, Mississippian, Muscogin, and Camogan. I think, and so she looked. Um, I mean, she was a very striking woman, very beautiful lady. Hang on, I'll catch up. Muskogee, okay, Muskogee and Cherokee. Yeah, absolutely. I am. Well, I'm a little bit Cherokee from my grandmother and Creek because that's mainly what we had. And down here in Alabama, um, it was like one of the religious sites during the 14 and 1500s for the Mississippi and the Indians when DeSoto came through. And, of course, diseases wiped out everything. Uh, Hang on. I'm going off on a rabbit hole, guys. Just it poke me with a stick if I start going down. Yeah, Christy. I mean, if you did not eat um, that night, you got it that next morning, and that's just the way it was. Meyer lemons, absolutely, absolutely. Sergeant Rocco, North Georgia, absolutely. Yep, Christy, because that's where they, it started the Trail of Tears, and I know a lot of, well, I could write a book on that. Um, that's crazy, Sergeant Rocco. 4 years long haul trucker. Lots of times when I was sure as part of the. Yeah, and you have a Jeep Cherokee, Doc. Yes, dude, you are. Yeah, welcome aboard. That's dude, you are in. You are in. There you go. But it was always funny. My grandmother would grow herbs right outside the kitchen. And so we had like a back porch, and I lived with my grandmother, and my mom did too, and my dad had done whatever, gone off, and so we lived with my grandparents, my mother's grandparents, my mother's parents, and it was amazing that little old lady who didn't weigh 100 pounds and could not read or write. Um, she didn't learn to read and write until she was in her 50s. It's just crazy. And but she would have enough forethought, like all the herbs were out right outside the house. In the in permaculture, that would be your zone 1, and then the aloe vera plants and all the medicinal plants would be right there beside her, because she would say, "Baby boy, go out and grab me oregano or something like that." She called me baby boy, and so I'd go out and grab oregano and basil and parsley and whatever, um, and bring it in. And then somebody get cut in the kitchen. You go out and you get the plantain, like KC talked about in a previous video, or basil or aloe vera, and bring it in and everything. And you think those people years ago, they just barely made it by, and then you think, well, that's crazy, because people pay tens of thousands for these permaculture courses, and my grandmother, who couldn't read or write, she knew what her zone 1 was, and granddaddy, who couldn't barely read or write, knew what his zone 4 was, because he kept the garden at the end of the property when he fertilized it with the horse manure, because if he walked in with horse manure on his feet, he'd get in trouble. So that gave him time enough to scrape the poop off his feet. And it's like, holy cow, these people who lived before us had so much insight and knowledge. And it's just like, dang. Um, oh, yeah, it does good. It does good. There was something I was told 100 years ago when I was a little kid that you do with the fibers. Because it has like the 5 fibers on the back, and you peel them back and pull them off. And I can't remember what you could do with the fibers. I mean, it's just, to me, that's lost. I'm reading Sergeant Rocco from the 40s. Oh, wow, Sergeant Rocco. Yeah, yeah, I'm familiar with the labeling, with the listings, kind of, sort of, yeah, as levels of, I can't remember what they called it, as grades. I can't remember, grades of German purebred or human, and it was, yeah, yeah, man, that's crazy stuff. That is absolutely, um, that is. Doc, I'm reading yours. Your first wife was Cherokee, uh, but yeah, half Cherokee. Yeah, I understand. Um, that is something, but it's just amazing how much of the good stuff is kind of lost, and few people are learning, um, or relearning it. There was a guy who lived up, um, past Nakalula Falls. Tommy, really good herbalist. Tommy something. Some of you guys might know him if y'all do a lot of herbal stuff. Tommy, he has been dead for about 40 or 50 years, and I've got a couple of his books. And oh gosh, Tommy Bass, it might be, that might be. He was really he was a very profound Uh, prorations and bull rushes. Well, there you go. But wartime farms. We started talking about that, and then I saw a squirrel. So I apologize, guys. Uh, yeah, I can't find lemongrass either, Sergeant Rocco. I can't find the only thing, and you know about it more than I do, is going to the ethnic grocery stores. I can't find. I had a buddy of mine, a really eccentric man who lived out in the woods by himself with all of his stuff. Strange dude. He liked me for some reason. Um, and he gave me lemongrass. Um, but when I moved, it died. And so I couldn't. So I've been looking for it. And Marvin Clayton, who you'll see on here periodically, he's tried to find it for me over in Atlanta, in his area, but I don't know. Are you kidding me? Lemongrass? Yeah, yeah, I'd love it. Hang on, Christy, he barks for real. Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah, Christy and Dupsy are okay. That's fine. Um, well, there you go. Yes, Sergeant Rocco, I would love to. Because I have looked and looked and looked, and I had he gave me like 3 or 4 bare root, and then he gave me bamboo shoots that he gave me like a 30-foot long piece of bamboo, about as big as my freaking head, and it what do they call that? Structural bamboo, and that's kind of funny, Dupsy. It could go either way. Um, but it was structural bamboo that was used to build with, and I don't know how they got it, but it was huge, and it was but it did not last through the move either. So I have been looking for that as well. Also, some black bamboo that they make. There is a they don't make it, God makes it, or Yah makes it, but it is a type of black bamboo that is slow growing, but it's beautiful. Uh, Well, there you go, Christy. That's the most polite way of saying it I have ever heard. There you go. But yes, again, back to wartime farms. Go to it and look at it and watch the videos. There's going to be a dozen of them, something like that. And it talks about how they went in and purchased a pig, and the government got half, and then the 2 people who had the pig got half. So they each got a quarter and a quarter, and then the government got half. But they sent it out. You can understand and justify. And then it went into talk about rationing and about uh, um, black marketing and how certain things were done, pollarding and compassing of trees, making potash and stuff like that. And it was just very, very interesting. Like I have 3 dozen eggs, and the government man wants to come get the eggs. So I'll tell him I only have 2 dozen eggs, and I'll give him those, and then I'll take those and I'll trade those dozen eggs to you for that extra 2 pork chops to go in the dinner that I'm going to be cooking later on, or for seeds. It is. It is. It's very interesting and funny, and it sheds a lot of light on what was happening and what Americans didn't really experience because of the insulation of um, of the oceans. Um, yeah, Casey, it's really good. I As I travel, like I travel up to Tennessee about 10 days out of the month, and as I travel, I put it on and I listen to it, and it's just really good. I mean, everything from I mean, um, from eggs and meat and oh gosh, wartime bonds to moonshining and prostitution, everything that you can think of that happened. That was just a way she went. It is all pretty well represented. I guess that would be the way to do it. Hey Hodges, 1445. Um, aren't they already? In my opinion, go to go to Sam's or wherever and try to buy four big rolls of toilet paper, and they say no, you can only do one per family. Have you ever thought about growing Jerusalem artichoke? Yes, I would love to. D-Root, I would absolutely freaking love to grow them. I don't have access to any of the roots. I'm going to have. I've heard that you can buy a lot of these odd, unusual roots and seeds off of Etsy. I have not been able to source any locally here in Alabama. I would freaking love to find some. I have heard they are so incredible as far as growing that they will take over a garden spot. Absolutely, man. I'll be happy to, or man, or woman, man or ma'am. I'll be happy to pay you. I would love to get a bunch of bulbs or seeds or whatever you got. Uh, but yeah, back to rationing. We're already being rationed. Quietly, Walmart is getting snitty on you purchasing items over 200 items. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Some of you know more about it than I do. But they are becoming a little more. Um, if I went and bought the other day, I was talking to Old Timer Lee, and they had whole corn, whole yellow corn, and uh, green beans, 55 cents a can. And he and I were talking because we both buy canned stuff and dehydrate it, and or frozen stuff and dehydrate it. And thank thank you, Debru. I appreciate that. Um, but they limit you now. They say you can't, you can't do this. It's very subtle. Um, so I will say that they are Hodges. They are already conditioning people, and not to, I put on the introduction of the video of me wearing an aluminum foil hat. Um, it's already starting. Um, but honestly, I don't care about that as much as I would say you need to find alternatives. to going through conventional routes. That is to say, shop in your neighborhood for your local groceries and resources as much as you can. I understand if you can't. I absolutely understand. But it is to our advantage to build contacts, resources, maintain relations in groups. Good stuff, Sergeant Rocco. Yep, you can borrow my tinfoil hat. I will actually make one, and when I do these videos, I will wear the dang thing because I am not opposed to embarrassing myself. Only stores that are fully stocked with pastas are Italian and ethnic markets. Interesting, very interesting. Guys, I know some of you might be resistant to this. I did a video on growing food from dry beans and dry goods and everything. I posted it yesterday, I believe it was. You can get a decent amount of dry goods affordably from your feed store. It is maybe not what most people want. I buy salt. I probably have 300 or 400 pounds of salt. Why do I have that much? Because I can't duplicate salt here in Alabama. We do have a coastline, but I can't get to it. And the few salt licks that are around here are closely guarded secrets. So, salt is one thing I cannot duplicate. Pepper, I cannot duplicate. Exactly. I can use nasturtium if you watched any of the other videos, which is a pepper plant ish. And so you can get salt, 50-pound bags of salt. And what is that salt? It is, well, I'll tell you, it ain't kosher. So, Sergeant Rocco, just saying, it's not kosher salt. It is large grain mined salt. All salt is sea salt ultimately, guys. That's just the way it is. Absolutely, yes, sir. There is a city underground where it's been mined for years and years. It is. I've seen pictures. I've never been there myself. I have seen pictures and videos, and I've talked to people who have worked there, and people work there for 40 years and retire, and they just keep mining the salt out there. It is crazy. Yeah. But oats, wheat, barley, corn. It's going to be dent corn, but I don't. I've never cared. I've eaten dent corn all my life. I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was animal food till I guess I grew up and started reading on the internet. Salt, sunflower, all that I buy from feed store. 15 pounds, $15 for 50 pounds. And that is how I'm able to do a whole lot. You might not like barley. I like barley. You got to know how to mill it, and you have a mill. Oats, you have a cutter, steel cutter, and you cut your oats and corn and everything. That's just kind of how you do it. But that is one way to really. I don't know if it's pearl barley or not, Rocco. I don't know. But that is one way to really increase what you have, your long-term food storage. I don't know. I've never bought wheat berries from there. Wheat berries are expensive regardless. Now, I mean, they're just expensive. Now they are. So your red and your white wheat berries. Oh yeah, Christy, absolutely. Farmers co-ops are really good. There are some groups that you can buy a slot or a share of chickens, and then there are companies who will meet all of the people who have bought a slot or a share in a certain area in a parking lot in certain times, and you will get your 50 pounds of whole chicken or whatever it is. Absolutely, Christy. Yeah, you do if you're going to do it. Um, Wheat berries, whole wheat berries. Never heard of that. Huh. Um, yeah. If you have access to, and some people love them, some people hate them. If you have access to a Mormon's bishop's house, you can get some really good stuff. I have friends that are Mormons. You know that's how they roll. They don't push it on me. You know, I like them. They're really good people. They don't, you know, I don't have anything bad to say about Mormons other than I don't believe the same way as they do. But you know, their book tells them to have 1 year's of long-term food storage for each person in their household. Holy cow, that's powerful. Um, but you can get a lot of stuff through the bishop's house. Here in Alabama, there's one in Mobile. There's one in Huntsville, I think. And then I know there's one in Atlanta and one above Atlanta. They have changed some of their rules, so you need to check. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I understand, Sergeant Rocco. Um, Same motel room. No, same color. Um, I hope you're doing good, redneck prepper. Uh, Absolutely, Casey. Yeah, if you have access to them, I've got friends that are Mennonites, and while I'm up here in Tennessee, up in Etowah, um, um, the little bitty town next to Etowah, the Bannett, um, and they have some really good stuff, and they will sell you everything honest to a dang fault. Again, I don't agree with how they think, but you know we can go across that and absolutely, yeah, Christy, yes. A lot of people don't know that. Yes, uh, Holmes County, uh, it's a schlep of a drive. Schlep. Uh, have a good evening, Warren. I hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good dinner, buddy. Um, Warren has been hanging out with me, gosh, here on YouTube since 2011. I want to say, um, he's good. He's good folk. Um, yeah, yeah. I like talking to him, and my friend, um, that's a minute. He and his wife. Oh gosh, Chris and Amy. I won't say their last names, but they are really, really sweet people. Are a really nice couple, and they've adopted. They can't have kids of their own, so they adopted three little babies from Ethiopia, and it's just like, holy cow, you people are so freaking nice and giving. And the Mennonites have a different uh, thought as to how everything is done. So he is like he's a master electrician, and he is good. And if you have any problems or questions down here, where I am in Central Alabama, I always call him, and I'll take him and his wife to lunch whenever I ask them about stuff. I'm reading now, guys. I've said it before. We're running close to an hour on 51 minutes. Please feel free to include all of your information. If you have anything to post, I know KC does. BC, I don't think he's on here now, but please feel free to post all of your content information, and to where people can get in touch with you to look at what you post and what you do, because this is not just me. Thank you, KC. But this is what I want you guys to do, so we can begin, or we've already begun, so we can continue to build relationships through all of this, whether YouTube is around or not. We'll work on that other stuff later. There's other ways to get around that. Look at, I posted a video. This is so sad. It was 5 years ago to where I was making wax shotgun slugs, and I posted it to Facebook to a bunch of different groups. My hair was so freaking blonde. It was like, I was like, did I dye my hair back then? What the hell? I look good. And now I'm like freaking gray pawpaw. I got damn widow's peaks. What the hell's this? I blame my wife. But damn it, man. That's why I wear a hat now. I do need to get a haircut though. It's not tight. It's not high and tight or square. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, high and tight. There you go. I always got a. I would find this little shop, and I would tell the lady, I said, I would like a nice officer's cut, high and tight, and she would do it. And like, perfect. Thank you, ma'am. And Doc Falcon, better than going bald. Well, dude, you hadn't seen it. Okay, well then I want it out. Although my wife has. But there you go. Fortunately, the lag makes the balds go away. There you go. But I understand Sergeant Rocco and Doc Falcon. I understand completely. My wife will not let me shave my head. It's funny, 100 years ago, back when I was younger and hell raising, I had hair down my back, or I was completely shaved, and like shaved and razored my head. And, where she goes. I'm reading. But I guess we're going to wrap this up, guys. I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know y'all got other stuff to do, and I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out. I apologize for the interweb problems that I had. I swear to God, I was 15 minutes early, and then because it jacked up, I was 15 minutes late to my own party. You know how it goes. But thank you guys for coming out, hanging around. I appreciate it. We're going to be doing a whole lot more to the channel. Christy, no, I'm in a better class of hotels. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, that is. Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Casey, as always, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I learned a whole bunch from you. Hey, MICKY, I appreciate you coming by. And I'm not at the Motel 6. I'm a little bit better off. I'm at the Red Roof Inn, hence the red. Guys, you be careful. Take care of yourselves. God bless all of you, and God bless all of your family. Take care of you, people.